20 years ago, it's a season that we put together. It was a magical season. Talk about some of those things that you remember as we now approach 20 years.
Well, I'll put it into a kind of a Cliff Notes version, Charlie. I got to go back. You got to go kind of back where we came off of a 2004 season where we were 15-1. We're losing a championship game with our young rookie quarterback who wins his first 15 games. And we go into this next season as kind of, the team that's supposed to go to the Super Bowl. Everybody's coming back. They're a year older. They're going to be a year more experienced, and nothing's changed. Nothing. You look at our team, and we got the same guys. If not, we're better. We get Trai comes in the third round. So we had it, and we had a very solid offensive line. It was a veteran team with we had the insertion of some youth at the right positions, and we get off to that season, and we're 7-2, everything's falling in place, and we lose 3 straight games. Now, I remember after losing those 3 straight games, and I think the last one might have been to Cincinnati, and we had TJ Houshmandzadeh wiping his shoes with a towel. Yep. And I remember coming in, and I took all the goals off the board, and I just said, you know what? I'm tired of talking about this season where it's at. Right now we're in a 1-game season. So the next game we had was the Chicago Bears. And that's the only thing we're worried about, Chicago Bears. Then it was going to be the Minnesota Vikings. Then it was the Cleveland Browns. Then it was the Detroit Lions. But as we went through that phase of going down that line, it was us all of a sudden coming together and just having a sense of urgency in how we prepared, a sense of urgency how we approached every game, and a sense that, no, don't worry about where you just did. Don't reflect. The only thing you ponder is the next game. Stay in the now. And so we entered that playoffs that year as a 6th seed. And then all of a sudden they say no 6th seed has ever gone to a championship game, let alone go into a Super Bowl. And I remember I told you a story about Christopher Columbus. Yep. And I remember telling you about the fact that he was going to set forth and try to discover America. And the fact is that they said, don't do it. It's going to be a death trip. But he said, no, I believe, surround himself with what people that believed in him. And they discovered America. And the point was, don't let history dictate your future, but let your future make history. Do something they say you can't do. And so we kind of took that theme, if you remember, doing that each week. Mm-hmm. Okay, no 6th seed can go here. So we went to it was kind of a redemption tour. We went to Cincinnati. Oh, yeah, wipe your shoes. Oh, yeah, we'll talk about that. We beat them. Then we go to Indianapolis. We were embarrassed in a Monday Night Football game in front of everybody. We got shut out, and we got embarrassed. And we won that. Hey, let's just go on the road and go to Denver, best team in football. We're just this little team from Pittsburgh that no one thinks should even be here. We're not going to win this game. We're lucky to even get here. And we won that. And they said we're going to be the home team in the Super Bowl. And I said, no, we're an away team. So we wore our away jerseys because we don't play it on. We're just warriors. And I said, and we're probably underdogs. I don't know what the point spread was, but we were underdogs that whole year. From the time we won 7-5, I was going to play that card the rest of the way. And it worked out pretty good.
I don't know, man. Coach, can I put this on and go play right now?
Yeah, let's go, man.
Let's go. I'm ready to line up right now after hearing all that.
Hey, I remember this. So you came in, Marvell Smith got hurt in that season. And you as a young rookie had to come in. And I remember saying, Trai, I don't care that you're a rookie. Look around you. It's a bunch of vets. There's a responsibility you have right now. You're a Steeler right now. And you've been playing this league. You went through training camp. You're not a rookie. You're a first-year player and just play like it, just like you were Northwestern. Nothing's changed. You got some good people around you. Just lean on Faneca. He's not too bad.
Oh, he's not too bad of a player at all. Yeah, blocking next to 66. I knew I had to show up or go sit my butt on the sideline for sure.
Well, hey, but as you
go ahead.
I was going to say, as you ran off, that win streak that we went on, I thought one of the keys that doesn't get talked about much was going into that final game of the season. We were playing against Detroit, and that Saturday night, we were all kind of circled around the TV because there was a different plan that you were going to have. If San Diego was to win that game against the Chiefs, there was a chance that some of the starters may not necessarily play the entire game. And that was the game that Drew Brees hurt his shoulder, ended up losing the game, and it forced us to have to go out there and beat Detroit during that week. But again, as we were kind of watching it, people were scoreboard watching because if certain teams won, that would have put us into the playoffs. But in Detroit's favor, they played us all the way into the fourth quarter. That forced this team to play. And I thought that was a critical point of the season that really kept the momentum going. Do you agree, or what do you see during that time?
Yeah, I do, and I think the biggest thing is it would have affected how we approach the game, certainly because we would not have we didn't have a bye. So, and I always talked about the health of people going into it. That's why a lot of times when we had things locked up in the last week of the season, where it's week 16, 17, and now it's 18, you earn a right to be able to rest people. So I was okay with that. I knew that there was a different mentality in the playoffs. You approach it differently. You feel it separate. You sense of urgency. There's a suddenness to how you have to play because it could be over tomorrow. So there, I understood that, and it could affect that. And then it was almost good that we have to kept playing because I feel like we're in a 1 week season from week 12 on. Like I said, from Chicago on, I felt like we were in a must win every week. And if we lost, we were eliminated. So there was finality in everything that we did and how we thought about things and how we approached every game. But also there was a confidence that kept building. I think when you start to think like that and you have success like that, no matter how you want to just acclimate to things, you find out that it's a great mindset because there's a kind of freedom that you have knowing that, we can't lose tomorrow, but we've been in this mindset and everyone else is in the same mindset with you. So let it go. There's no tomorrow. Don't worry about holding back anything. Just play your best, play loose, play confident because the guy next to you, he's got your back.